Hey, multimedia presentation students, it's Professor Kokinos. Excuse my lighting here. I'm coming to you from my office, and today we're going to talk logos, right? So for the next week or two, you're going to be working on your logo, your personal branded logo, why do you need a logo? So let's take a look. This is one of the resources that I posted for you guys, but what is a logo? So we know a logo is the face of your corporation, your business, your brand. Look at these iconic logos here, right? You just, have to kind of look at them in a glance. And what does it communicate to you? It communicates quality, values, customer service, consistency. So lots of things that, you can put into place for your own brand. And a lot of these logos have interesting histories. This one's a pretty complicated one. It's evolved. If you look at some of the earlier versions of it, the siren has changed a little bit, but it always had the same kind of flavor to it. The golden arches. Apple. So, you don't have to sell apples to, have an Apple logo, right? You don't have to be like, thinking, well, I have a dog walking service. I need a dog in my logo. Obviously, Apple, cornered the market here in technology, and their logo really doesn't say anything about technology. You could have a brand mark that is only text, a combination of symbol or icon and text. We have that here in the Pepsi one. The famous Nike swish. I think it was $35 that a design student was paid to come up with this logo, and there it is right there, $35. And the idea was that, it was clean and easy to understand, universal, right? No text to have to interpret. I think she was just recently recognized by Nike finally that, for her contribution. Coca-Cola, another logo that has passed through some changes, but looks similar, to the original one. The red color, the kind of script text. What does the font say? Or maybe just a simple, look at this. It's really just three circles. So the idea is that, sometimes the simplest one is the one that is going to be more, timeless, more recognizable, one that will hold up really well in a variety of different formats. So you could put this on a huge billboard, or you could have it on a business card, and it'll hold up. So scalability. The idea that it looks good in black too, I like that. So color is definitely a part of your communication, but your logo should look good in black and white. So when it's presented, in black and white. So some favorite logos here. Here's a logo that I really love. Google, they're able to kind of show their logo, a different one, every holiday, or change it up all the time. Every time you go to the Google site, it looks different, but yet there's something that's the same about it. Here's another really great one, right? Two circles, basically, and holds up really well. It's kind of logo that if you looked at only half of it, it would, right away what it is. Certainly Amazon too, very recognizable, clean, the smile. Netflix, you guys are going to do an animated logo. So the Netflix logo with the timpani audio accompaniment, the Spotify, PayPal, Adidas. So obviously looking at great logos, ones that you appreciate, could be a form of inspiration. And let's take a look at the folder now. So I'm in the content section of your class, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that I put in the week 2 logo design folder. So lots of resources. Here's something that I wrote, just basic ideas about, doing a logo. You have an Adobe Creative Cloud Express account, free from FIT, so you get the premium version of all the software. Includes Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere, Adobe Rush, used to be called Spark, all the kind of web design stuff. So make sure to get into this. Let me just show you here real quick. Actually, it's a video. You can look at that video. The trick about getting into those, make sure you use your school account. don't log on with your regular email, or make sure you go to teacher or a student at a university, and it'll actually take you to the FIT my FIT login before it takes you there, so you have the premium tool to work on that. So again, lots of just resources here, how to design a logo. One of the things I ask you to do is to place that logo. So here's a site that'll allow you to do that. You can put your logo on a t-shirt or a coffee mug, a pen or something like that, and see what it looks like there for presentation. Here's a little discussion of type and how important choosing the right font is for your logo. More design tips. Wix is a great resource. These two are actually excellent. If you only looked at two of these resources, this really kind of guides you through why you need a logo, what a great logo needs to have, and how to go about the steps of creating one. And you can do it. Wix actually has a free logo creator, which is pretty template driven, but you could use it absolutely for your logo. Canva is another online platform with a free tool that'll allow you to do a animated logo design here. So please get an account for all these things. Obviously use your FIT account for Adobe Creative Cloud and the Express, but Wix has a nice free program, and Canva, and this is just my lesson plan for the class. But if you go over here, these are the 3 assignments. Okay, so there are 3 graded assignments this week, and let's take a quick look at them. So the first one is a logo brief. What you want to do is download this Word file here and fill it out and then upload it. So pretty easy to do, right? Basically, I ask you a whole series of questions that help you to know who your brand is, who you're talking to, and the kind of elements and assets that would go into your logo and what you want to communicate with that logo to your target audience. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. All you have to do is answer those questions. My idea is that you are doing this for yourself. This is your personal brand. So one of the things you might premise it with is, I'm only a student. I don't really have a business yet, but my dream job is to be a social media content creator. So put yourself in that position already and design the logo around that premise. I think that will work pretty well for you. If you have any questions about that, please email me. Okay, so that's the first of the assignments. Let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 is a mood board. So I give you an excellent, I'm very impressed with what they give you here, Milanote. So a mood board is basically kind of like a creative way to brainstorm. And this is much more powerful than that, actually. It's a really great tool for networking and team kind of tool. So let's take a look. Actually, I don't think there's anything there, actually. You're just going to upload. When you do your thing on Milanote, you're just going to upload it. So what you want to do is go there. You go there. Okay, and I'm just going to clean this one up, actually. I did this one in class. So lots of interesting tools here that you can put on these boards, from freehand drawings to pictures to color swatches, fonts, videos. So here's how you'd start from scratch, right? And you could add a note for yourself. So a note might be, pulling something out of the creative brief, where, you look at the mission statement of your brand and you pull out some keywords from there and start thinking, well, okay, maybe my brand is a green environmental brand that plants trees. So I'll pull out some of those keywords and maybe look up, synonyms and come up with a kind of mind map of a word cloud that, associates lots of kind of key action words with my brand. You want to put a link in there, you just drag it in. Okay, and I put, FIT just as a generic link, and, you'll have a link. So you may want to link to Sierra or, some other kind of green vegetarian sites or something like that. A to-do list, that might be good to, if you're working on a team. So this person's going to do the layout, this person's going to do the photography by this date, so it's nice to have a kind of management tool here, kind of like you may see a lot of ads from Monday.com. You can also add kind of flow chart things. So after we do the website, then we're going to add the video and whatever. You can have boards within a board. So you can actually have another board here, kind of like a sub board, and bring that in with the different content. Maybe I'm doing 2 spots or something like that, or 2 logos. Columns, just a way to organize things. Comment, again, for networking. Here you can add images, and this is also hooked up with Unsplash, so you can, I'll just type in tree, see what happens. And there you go. So, just for inspiration, you can drag out a couple of these images. You can upload your own images. And then you can, add to these guys. Obviously, you want to give credit if you have to give credit, but you should be able to add to like the captions here too. So you can say, thank you to Fabrice, whatever, or just add a caption where you want to use this. What else? You can have some photo editing control, draw on top of it, add a reaction. And what else? Upload. You can upload your own images. You can do a freehand drawing. So, and what the tree looks like, right? Something like that. And the trunk, so. And a lot of times just a freehand drawing, if you have, I would do it actually just on paper when I do this. Just say to yourself, okay, I'm going to do a quick sketch of what I want my logo to look like. You don't have to use any tools but a pencil, and you can photograph that and put it up on your mood board then. Other resources here are, things like Sketch. Here's color swatches. So this is great. What I do here is usually pull out and duplicate. Okay, and then you could say, obviously green is going to work for this green company, but I want to have also, go real primary, I want yellow and blue and red. So just double click on it and you can get your color picker and get the color that you want. It's also picking out the parameters here. So this is for screen show RGB, this is red, green, and blue. So this color of red is that combination of those 3 colors of light that you would use for anything that's going to be on a screen, like a website. There are other ways too to get these combinations for, say, ink or other ways to kind of put it up or get it out there. Again, so just right-clicking on it, duplicate, pull it out, double-click, pick another color, modify it, and then live with it. Okay, this one's sushi. But you can obviously adjust all these. So I could call it tree green. Okay, so obviously the colors say a lot about your brand. There's probably a resource in there which talks about, obviously red is a warning color, yellow is fun, blue is noble, green is environmental. And, it doesn't have to always be exactly true, but it's a good way to work and think about a lot of color combinations in your favorite logos. And what else can we put in here? You can have a kind of mind, it's not a mind map, I think this is a real map, but audio. Audio has to come from Spotify or SoundCloud. And we'll look at SoundCloud accounts. You can get a SoundCloud account. You're going to be doing a audio logo also. So basically your logo will have 3 parts. It'll be animated, so it'll basically be a brand mark, and then it'll be animated for video and also have an accompanying audio track. You can even have narration with it if you want to have a word being said or something like that. Video has to be on either YouTube or Vimeo, so you can paste a link here from YouTube or Vimeo. And, the whole idea is that this might be something then that you would use as a bounce board with your team, show it to your clients, get some ideas about, where we're going with this logo. Maybe this is what it's going to look like in the end, and have maybe a word mark on the bottom, But you get the idea. So there is a way that you can then download this as a PDF. To remember how to do it. Obviously, there's a nice help center. I don't know. I could have sworn it was here in the beginning, but if you download it as a PDF, obviously, here it is. So this, tells you how to do that, and then that downloaded PDF can be put into your next project, which is the PowerPoint presentation. So let's take a look at that. Okay. You can also, I want you to upload that PDF here in the assignment well. Okay, so here's present your logo. I give you a PowerPoint template, and you're welcome to use it. If you want to use something else, you can, but I want you to be on camera when you present, so let's see how this works. Okay, so there is a PowerPoint file attached to this, isn't there? It's funny, I don't see it. Maybe I have to upload it here. Hang on 1 second now. I hate to do this guy in front of you guys, but I need to modify this a little bit. Looks like I didn't upload the template. I thought I did, which is weird. Anyway, you'll see me in motion. Okay, so these are all due on the 17th, which is next Thursday. I give you 2 attempts, and let's get that PowerPoint template. Here it is. Okay, so let's just look at it again here. Present your logo, and I'm going to open up the PowerPoint template. Okay, so by this point, you've looked at all of my other resources that I put there for you. You've gotten all kinds of inspiration. You've been kind of searching out logos that you think are iconic and why you like them. And here you are now ready to present your logo to the class and myself. So this template drives what you're going to put on each slide. You can certainly modify it and add some, but please make sure you don't delete any of these. So the first thing you want to do is, talk about your strategy for the logo. Who is it for? What is the overall goal of your logo design to communicate, something to them? Describe your logo in 5 words. So you already kind of played with that on the mood board. And here is the mood board, right? So you're going to use your PDF. You can just upload this. You can also add your hand sketches to that. Font choices. So here's where you may want to just put a couple of fonts, and you can certainly use Microsoft's libraries and other outside fonts, third-party fonts. Then let's see what that logo looks like in black and white. Okay, so just in black or white, black and white, whatever you're doing as far as the background and the logo. Think about its proportions, its geometry, its positive and negative space, and how all those things go together. The next thing then is to add color. So here's where you'd enhance your design by adding your color swatches and colorize the logo. The next thing is scalability. So here's where you want to present the logo in 3 sizes. Large, medium, and small. So the idea is like, billboard, website, business card. Does it hold up over that 3 scalable kind of range, and is it versatile enough to use on a t-shirt, on a video, on a pen, on a hat, all those kind of things. Okay, and here's your real world placement. So here's where you'd show it in those other locations. So here it is, on a handbag, or here it is on a billboard. Use place it for that. There's other things you can use. And here's the animated version. You can actually pick right off the bat in Canva. There's simple animation, and you can download it then as a movie file in Adobe Creative Cloud Express too. We're going to enhance this, so just do something really basic there. Once we learn video editing and iMovie and GarageBand, we're going to add the audio accompaniment to your logo and animation, so that you'll have a fully, animated AV logo. And then wrap it up. This is typically for a live presentation where people would, ask you questions. So what I want you to do after you load all that stuff in there, right, is to go to slideshow. And I already made a video that I sent to you guys last week about how to download Microsoft 365, Office 365, so you can use this version of PowerPoint, the latest version. You can do this with the web version too, but I would use the desktop version. So under the slideshow menu, there is something called Record Slideshow. And if you pull that down, you'll see, depending on how your machine is configured, record slideshow, or you can actually record them as individual slides. So you can do each one as a separate kind of entity and record narration and video against each one, and then they'll all play together. I don't seem to have that one. I don't know why, but let's just go to record slideshow and see what happens next. Okay, so here I am on camera. Hello, everybody. So the idea is that you want to make sure you have your webcam on, and that's going to be here. Okay, so my built-in FaceTime camera is there. If you have something else supplemental, you can use that, and make sure you're using the proper microphone here. So I'm using this built-in microphone, and that's pretty much it. You know, obviously rehearse your presentation, and during the presentation, you can annotate too. If you want to use these annotation tools, you can just click on this, you know, pick a color, and draw something right on the screen as you are presenting. Okay, so you'd basically click the record button, get a countdown. Hi everybody, I'm Mike Kokinos. Welcome to my logo design presentation. I hope you like my designs. Okay, and just navigate through the show and reinforce everything that you're presenting with your recorded narration. Okay, let me know if you need help with anything, and good luck designing and presenting your logo. It's a big step. Let me tell you, your logo is the foundation for your brand, and the foundation also for your recognition and awareness in communication. And it also appears in a lot of the other projects that we're going to do in class. So it may translate, you know, in your video. It'll be on your LinkedIn page. It'll be on your website. So, you know, you want to make sure that you do one that'll work in all those platforms, and one that you're going to be happy with. Now, obviously, you know, you could change it, you could evolve it. Giving you a week to do it is not really enough time. And all these projects in this class are baptism by fire. We could do a whole semester on logo design, but, you know, we're going to do a lot more. So the idea is that you'll always be thinking about how I can tweak this. Okay? So good luck with your project. I'm just going to actually stop this now. You can play it back. Let's see if this works. Just navigate through the show and reinforce everything that you're presenting. Yeah, so it works pretty good. I'm just going to click End Show here. Now what you can do actually with this, then the narration, is you can play it without the narration. Maybe you're doing a live presentation, so if you lose this, it should play without this here. And you can use pre-recorded timings, or you can run the show, you know, with a live supervision. The other thing that you can do is, I'm fine with just uploading this as a PowerPoint, but you could actually convert this into a movie file. So if you go to export, let me just see how this version is, you know, it's this export here, or you can do a save as and pick one of the movie formats like MP4. Okay, so here it is as a PDF, but I can use MP4 or MOV to make a video version and export that. And, you know, that would be fine. Actually, you could upload that. But the PowerPoint actually is editable, so that might be a better way to go.